One of the biggest benefits of monitoring your website is being able to look at previous tests and compare to help catch regressions. Let's take a look at some examples. This example shows recent regression in first contentful paint and largest contentful paint. Time to first byte hasn't regressed, but there have been some changes in total blocking time and page weight. We can click on the chart to select the data where the performance regression was introduced. Since the metric value has changed significantly, Debug Bear shows a button suggesting to enable a before and after comparison. Alternatively, you can always use the compare toggle at the top of the page to enable the comparison view. We can now see a before and after view of the request waterfall. New requests are highlighted in red and have a new badge. The current FCP milestone is indicated by the solid blue line, while the previous FCP timing is shown by the dashed marker. We can see that two new render blocking requests have been introduced. We can see that the FCP is recorded soon after the second render blocking resources has been loaded. That also matches what we see in the rendering film strip on top of the request waterfall view. If we review the full size rendering film strip below, we can see how the visitor's page load experience has changed with FCP markers indicated below. Let's take a look at an example of a largest contentful paint regression. We can see that from the 8th of May to the 10th of May, there was a substantial increase in the LCP score. Let's compare these tests to find out what changed on the page. After using the compare toggle, we can select the dates that we need. So we'll select the 8th of May for one test and the 10th of May for the other test. If we click the LCP metric, we can see a side-by-side comparison. The content of the page has changed. The LCP element is now a video and not an image. But if we look closer at the selector for the previous test, we can see that a poster image was used previously for the video, which was improving the LCP score. Adding in a poster image for the new video should help improve the score. We can also compare across different tests. This is useful to understand why one page is performing better than the other and could reveal potential optimization opportunities. In this example, we are comparing the UK government website with one test from the UK and another from South Africa. We can see how the TTFB is more optimized towards UK visitors, leading to better FCP and LCP scores, while visitors from outside of the country may experience a slower page load. If we open up the request waterfall, we can see the difference in network latency. DNS is served from a regional DNS server, so the duration is similar across both tests, but the TCP connection and SSL handshake require a round trip to the UK server and therefore take longer when the website is visited by someone in South Africa. Establishing the TCP connection takes 177 milliseconds for the South Africa-based tests, compared to 43 milliseconds from the UK. Overall, completing the HTML request takes 402 milliseconds longer from South Africa compared to the UK. You can also compare your website speed to competitors by monitoring their websites. This can be useful to show team members or clients how your website compares to your competition. The side-by-side video recording shows the page load experience for the user and can be exported as an MP4 file that you can embed in presentations or post in your company chat. When monitoring your website over a long period of time, you can compare to see exactly what has changed. In this example, we can see a consistent improvement in the LCP score over the last 12 months, with the LCP score improving from a high of 3.2 seconds down to 1.17 seconds. In the top left, we can click Compare to another test result to see how the results have changed from a certain point in time. In this case, we can see a big improvement in the LCP request duration, as well as a slight improvement in TTFB. The request waterfall also highlights which requests have been added and removed.